Hello and welcome to Quiz Time. I'm Jess, and today we have a baby boomers quiz. So, 100 questions. Are you ready? How do you think you'll do? Let's find out. Which type of aircraft significantly expanded commercial aviation routes internationally in the early 50s? Concorde, Boeing Stratocruiser, or Douglas DC-3? Some planes from the old days. Did you go in a Douglas DC-3? Do you remember those? Which global cultural organisation expanded its efforts in promoting education and science? UNESCO, World Health Organization, or International Red Cross? UNESCO. Which country became a leader in the production of nuclear power plants? France, the United States, or the United Kingdom? The United Kingdom. True or false? Fred Hoyle proposed a new hypothesis regarding the origin of the universe. Is that true or is it false? It's true. Which country's automobile industry became a model of mass production and efficiency? Japan, Germany, or the United States? Japan. Which composer's modernist compositions reshaped the landscape of classical music? Igor Stravinsky, Dmitri Shostakovich, or Pierre Boulez? Pierre Boulez. What type of art emerged as a response to post-war conditions and was highly influential in Western Europe? Abstract expressionism, pop art, or cubism? Abstract expressionism. Which region saw the establishment of large-scale hydropower projects for energy generation? The Caucasus, the Tennessee Valley, or the Volga River Basin? The Volga River Basin. Which international treaty was created to regulate and control atomic energy? The Atomic Energy Agreement, the Geneva Protocol, or the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty? The Atomic Energy Agreement. Which European city became a key centre for high fashion, influencing global trends? Paris, and they're still influential now. Which social theorist published a landmark book on the psychology of existentialism? Jean-Pierre Paul Sartre. Which region experienced significant urbanization, transforming its cities into economic hubs? Southeast Asia, West Africa, or the Middle East? The Middle East. Which technological innovation revolutionized industrial manufacturing by increasing efficiency? Numerical control machines, assembly line automation, or robotics? Numerical control machines. Which architectural style saw a resurgence in major cities, reshaping skylines? Art Deco, International style, or Brutalism? International style. Which South American country's agricultural sector developed rapidly, attracting international investment? Argentina, Brazil, or Chile? Argentina. Which famous author wrote a dystopian novel that has had a lasting impact on the world of literature? George Orwell, Aldous Huxley, or Franz Kafka? George Orwell. Which continent saw significant advancements in women's suffrage movements leading to legislative changes? Asia, Europe, or Latin America? Europe. Which country emerged as a leader in film production, setting global cinematic trends? Italy, India, or France? Italy. Which European city became renowned for its art biennales, attracting international attention? Venice. Which country initiated large-scale reforestation efforts to counter environmental degradation? Canada, China, or Sweden? Sweden. Which famous photographer's work documented everyday life in rural regions, gaining international acclaim? Ansel Adams, Dorothea Lange, or Henri Cartier-Bresson? Henri Cartier-Bresson. Which composer gained international fame for merging classical and modern musical elements? Benjamin Britten. Which country's food industry revolutionized the use of frozen goods in consumer markets? Sweden, the United States, or Japan? The United States. Which technological development transformed maritime navigation and safety? Radar systems, GPS satellites, or sonar technology? Radar systems. Which global conflict zone witnessed the involvement of multinational peacekeeping forces for the first time? Korea, Palestine, or Kashmir? Korea. Which European country became known for post-war reconstruction efforts, including rapid industrial growth? West Germany. Which major scientific conference laid the groundwork for international cooperation in atomic research? Solvay Conference, Pugwash Conferences, or Geneva Summit? Pugwash Conferences. Which country became a leading global producer of natural gas, transforming its energy industry? The Netherlands, Saudi Arabia, or Venezuela? The Netherlands. Which construction project revolutionised the use of suspension bridges, making them longer and more durable? Tacoma Narrows Bridge, Golden Gate Bridge retrofit, or Verrazano Narrows Bridge? Verrazano Narrows Bridge. What oceanographic research vessel conducted groundbreaking studies on marine biology? RV Calypso. Which type of electric device became a standard feature in research laboratories aiding in scientific measurements? Oscilloscopes, mass spectrometers, or electron microscopes? Oscilloscopes. Which innovation in printing technology expanded the reach of newspapers and magazines? Offset lithography, digital printing, or laser printing? Offset lithography. Which invention allowed for the development of more efficient electric motors used in various industries? Induction motors, synchronous motors, or stepper motors? Synchronous motors. Which scientific expedition discovered previously unknown species, enhancing knowledge of biodiversity? The Galapagos expedition, the Antarctic expedition, or the Deep Sea Exploration Project? The Antarctic expedition. Which global event sparked a surge in international tourism, helping rebuild economies? International Expo, Olympic Games, or World's Fair? World's Fair. Which innovation in sound technology revolutionized the music industry, allowing for higher quality recordings? Magnetic tape, vinyl records, or digital sampling? Magnetic tape. Which space mission concept laid the groundwork for future human spaceflight? Lunar rover missions, manned orbital flight, or reusable spacecraft? Manned orbital flight. Which innovation in the automotive industry allowed for more fuel-efficient vehicles? Fuel injection systems, turbocharging, or catalytic converters? Fuel injection systems. Which nation pioneered advances in jet engine technology, leading to faster aircraft development? United Kingdom, Germany, or United States? United Kingdom. Which renowned scientist made significant contributions to the study of radioactivity, influencing atomic research? Ernest Rutherford, J. Robert Oppenheimer, or Enrico Fermi? Enrico Fermi. Which global financial institution was established to provide loans for the reconstruction of war-torn countries? The International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, or the European Investment Bank? The World Bank. Which sports organisation underwent significant changes to improve its international reputation and participation? The International Olympic Committee. Which global event became a platform for emerging fashion trends influencing post-war clothing designs? The Paris Fashion Week, the Venice Biennale, or the Cannes Film Festival? The Paris Fashion Week. Which major oceanographic expedition mapped uncharted regions of the ocean floor, advancing marine geology? HMS Challenger 2 expedition. Which breakthrough in medical technology improved surgical techniques, particularly in heart and brain surgeries? Laser surgery, microsurgery, or laparoscopy? Microsurgery. Which engineering innovation helped to control and regulate electricity, making it more efficient for industrial use? Transformers. Which famous photographer's work became iconic in documenting social issues and human rights movements? Dorothea Lange, Ansel Adams, or Henri Cartier-Bresson? Henri Cartier-Bresson. Which major scientific innovative led to the development of advanced weather forecasting techniques? Project Storm Fury, Operation Thunderstorm, or Global Atmospheric Research Program? The Global Atmospheric Research Program. Which form of renewable energy started gaining attention as a potential replacement for fossil fuels? Wind energy, geothermal energy, or hydropower? Wind energy. Which country's economic recovery plan emphasized the modernization of its industrial infrastructure? Japan. Which construction method enabled the rapid building of housing, helping to address the urban housing shortage? Prefabrication, modular construction, or brick and mortar? Prefabrication. Which engineering breakthrough in dam construction helped regulate water supplies for large cities? Earth-fill dams, concrete arch dams, or spillway systems? Concrete arch dams. Which global transportation hub emerged as a key point for international air traffic, boosting economic growth? Los Angeles International Airport, Paris Charles de Gaulle Airport, or London Heathrow Airport? London Heathrow Airport. What agricultural technique significantly increased food production, helping to alleviate hunger in developing regions? Green Revolution techniques. Which form of visual art gained popularity, influencing movements like abstract expressionism, surrealism, collage, or assemblage? Assemblage. Which international sporting event saw the inclusion of several new sports reflecting global changes? The Commonwealth Games, the Summer Olympics, or the Asian Games? The Summer Olympics. Who published Computing Machinery and Intelligence? John von Neumann, Alan Turing, or Claude Shannon? Alan Turing. The US military completed which massive post-war aviation project in 1949? Operation Overcast, Lucky Lady 2, or Operation Vittles? Lucky Lady 2. What was the name of the first television station to begin broadcasting in the Soviet Union in 1951? Moscow Television. Which peak did Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay successfully summit? K2, Mount Everest, or Mount Kilimanjaro? Mount Everest. Who was the first female director to win the Golden Lion at the Venice Film Festival in 1949? Agnes Varda, Astrid Henning-Jensen, or Lotte Ringer? Lotte Ringer. In 1952, which major East Asian country underwent its first large-scale land reform program? Japan, South Korea, or China? China. Which pioneering technology for colour TV broadcasting was developed in the early 1950s? NTSC, PAL, or SCCAM? NTSC. Which iconic American car was first introduced in 1953? Ford Thunderbird, Dodge Challenger, or Chevrolet Corvette? Chevrolet Corvette. Did you have one of these? What controversial book by William Golding about a group of boys stranded on an island was published? Lord of the Flies. Which country held its first post-war general election in 1949 after the end of British Mandate rule? India, Israel, or South Africa? Israel. Who became the first Secretary General of the Southeast Asia Territory Organization? Pote Saracen, Carlos P. Romolo, or Anthony Eden? Pote Saracen. Which significant research institution in California was founded in 1953, becoming a hub for biomedical research? Salk Institute, Howard Hughes Medical Institute, or City of Hope National Medical Center? City of Hope National Medical Center. The US National Security Agency was officially formed in what year? (1952). Were you spot on? 1 year out? Which Dutch company introduced the first audio cassette tape in 1953? Sony, Philips, or Siemens? Philips. Who was the first woman elected to the Indian Parliament? Now, I'm not going to pronounce all of these. My Indian is rubbish. So is it 1, 2, or 3? And it is the first one, Pandit. What insecticide became widely used in agriculture but was banned decades later for environmental reasons? DDT. What notable treaty was signed that formed the basis for modern NATO? The Warsaw Pact, Treaty of Brussels, or North Atlantic Treaty? North Atlantic Treaty. Which Greek scientist discovered the concept of generalized entropic forces in statistical mechanics? Andreas Papandreou, John von Neumann, or Konstantinos Thalès? Konstantinos Thalès. Which African country did the Mau Mau rebellion against British colonial rule begin? In which African country did that begin? In Kenya. Which American scientist developed the first practical artificial heart valve? John H. Gibbon, Charles Hufnagel, or Paul Zoll? Charles Hufnagel. Which popular magazine first published the Peanuts comic strip? United Feature Syndicate, Time Magazine, or Reader's Digest? United Feature Syndicate. Who was the first composer to use tape loops in experimental music? Karl-Heinz Stockhausen. Which future Nobel laureate published The Second Sex? Virginia Woolf, Simone de Beauvoir, or Betty Friedan? Simone de Beauvoir. Which Asian country was admitted as the first non-European member of the United Nations? Philippines, Cambodia, or Malaysia? Cambodia. Which American city was the first to build a modern subway system after World War II? Washington, D.C., San Francisco, or Boston? Boston. What early type of software that allowed businesses to schedule tasks and process data was first created in 1951? LEO1 or Leo 1. Which country hosted the first Asian Games in 1951? China, India, or Japan? India. Which Italian car manufacturer introduced the 166 Inter? Ferrari, Maserati, or Alfa Romeo? It's Ferrari. Which African wildlife reserve became famous for its conservation of mountain gorillas? Masai Mara, Virunga National Park, or Serengeti National Park? Virunga National Park. Which high-ranking Nazi official was convicted at the Nuremberg trials and sentenced to life imprisonment? Rudolf Hess. Which African country became the first to gain independence from European colonial rule after World War II? Sudan, Ethiopia, or Ghana? Ethiopia. True or false? Aaron Copland composed the 1953 opera The Turn of the Screw. It's false. That was actually Benjamin Britten. What country passed a law in 1948 mandating apartheid policies segregating racial groups? South Africa. Which engineering achievement was completed linking Italy with Sicily? Messina Strait Ferry, Brenner Pass, or Messina Bridge? Messina Strait Ferry. Who was the first person to win the Academy Award for Best Director for a film in colour? John Ford, Vincente Minnelli, or Orson Welles? Vincente Minnelli. Which European car manufacturer introduced the DS model in 1955? Renault, Fiat, or Citroën? Citroën. Which type of fishing boat was designed for cold Arctic waters? Whaleboat, trawler, or longliner? Trawler. Which country's troops crossed the 38th parallel, triggering a major conflict? China, North Korea, or Vietnam? North Korea. Which American poet and essayist was awarded the Pulitzer Prize for Poetry in 1955 for the collected poems? Robert Frost. Which island was divided into British, French, and US sectors? Cyprus, Trieste, or Sardinia? Trieste. Which Italian physicist proposed the beta decay theory? Fermi Enrico, Giuseppe Ocellini, or Ettore Majorana? Fermi Enrico. Which African nation was involved in the creation of the non-aligned movement? Egypt, India, or Algeria? India. What was the name of the first mass-produced Soviet jet bomber? Tupolev Tu-4, Tupolev Tu-16, or Mikhail Gurevich MiG-15? Tupolev Tu-16. And your last one, what significant discovery was made in Kenya in 1948 that helped prove early human existence in Africa? Proconsul fossils. So, how did you do today on our baby boomers quiz? Drop your score in the comments below, and of course, like and subscribe so you get notified every time we post a new quiz. And please join us next time on Quiz Time.